All right, everybody, it's HRH TV time, and I get the dubious honor, really not, an absolute pleasure to interview tonight's headliner, the impeccable female icon of rock over the last 40 years, Miss Lita Ford.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, it is an absolute pleasure. And all I can say is, first time at Hard Rock Hell?
It is.
It is. What do you think of it so far?
Yes, absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
People are so kind.
Yeah. It's a big stage, and a lot of great people have played there, but when the original poll went out of people that they wanted to get to this festival, your name popped up so many times that it's good to finally have you here.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, because what we do on the voting policy is that we throw out a wish list. Who would you like to see play the festival for next year? And Johnny's thing is always about giving the punters what they want.
Right.
And right now, tonight's set is literally my record, my vinyl collection, on stage at one time.
All right.
And then you get to rock this one.
Yes.
So because you've had a very varied career. You entered the industry as a girl. You kicked it out as a fully fledged, emancipated rock icon. How's that ride been?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, at the time in the Runaways days, when everything first started, that was my first band. It just, you never really thought about it coming so full circle like this.
Yeah.
You know, now we have all these wonderful female guitar players out there, I'm not a chauvinist. You know, I'm not into that kind of thing. But it's good to see that now it's okay for girls to play guitar.
Well, I mean, because at the time, the Runaways, you had the Runaways over here, you had Girl School, you had Rock Goddess, you had a lot, that whole genre. And, now you look back at it, the amount of doors that you kicked open and the ladies that have followed in your footsteps, you got to be proud of that.
I am. I really am. And I never took no for an answer. Yeah. When somebody tells me you cannot do something, it just makes me try that much more harder to get it done, Go home and practice.
I was going to say tenacity. You are known for that.
Yes. I'm a troublemaker.
Well, join the club. But at the end of the day, I mean, you've had your highs and lows. I mean, you have played on the stages with some of the greatest other icons out there.
Yes.
Did you ever imagine all the crap that the media was going to give you over the years because of some of the decisions you made?
I think the media has changed along with a lot of the other things in the music industry. Not just the music industry, but in the world. The world has changed over the years, and a lot of the journalists have become like, they like to pick on you, and because I'm a female and because I am who I am, it's like they want to pick on me more, so especially in America and the United States. And it's like, guys, come on, don't pick on stupid things. Think about the music. Do they pick on Robert Plant, Jimmy Page? Come on, no.
I was going to say, they did, sometimes they did. But, I mean, Don Henley, I think, said it best when he wrote, Dirty Laundry.
Right.
It is about that sensationalism. And it's, they find the littlest thing that, that's going to be controversial, and they go after it.
So stupid. The littlest thing. That's so true. And you can have the best album out, all you can do is your best and try and not let those things get to you. Don't read the fine print, because it's just crap these days. Yeah.
And social media, again, that's the other side of it. That has on one side, it is good, but it's whoring some of the stuff and the trolling and, the things that happen online.
Yeah.
Do you interact on it a lot, or do you just try to stay away from the social media side as much?
Oh, no, I interact. I interact, yeah. We do have somebody that runs our social media, but I'm one of those people, and he's one, and then we have our manager who pitches in and runs the social media. So if anybody just gets out of line, we just ban and delete. Yeah. They're gone. Simple. Thank God for ban and delete.
The unhappy get rid button.
Yeah.
So, I mean, your book is a fantastic read, and it is and if you haven't read it, then I will say, people, go out and do it, because if you want a story of a survivor, you are the poster child for that.
Thank you so much.
And I know that there have been a lot of, artists out there who have had, you know, rough times in the business, but I think you have, you know, persevered in such a way that you should be a knight. You know, they should give you that little honor and
you
say,
never know what the future holds.
No, that's very true.
You never know. I was just recently in Los Angeles at the NAMM show.
Yeah.
In January, I was dubbed the first lady of rock guitar.
Hallelujah.
I mean, that just, I wanted to burst out in tears because it was so heartwarming by Marshall Amplifications.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, that is fantastic.
I've never even heard that terminology before, the first lady of rock guitar. You know, it's been, rock queen, the queen of rock, the rock goddess, or all these different terminologies, but the first lady of rock guitar is right on. I will take it.
I was going to say, lady, you can play.
I've got to keep up with this band I've got.
I was going to say, and that's the other thing, because of the amount of fantastic people that you've played with over the years, when you start putting a touring band together, how difficult is it to get the guys in the room or to choose who's going to go on tour with you?
It's a matter of, a lot of things have to gel in my band. You know, it's not just musical, it's personalities. You know, you can have the best, say, bass player, for instance, in the world, and he comes in and he just doesn't gel. His personality just doesn't click, and he's got to go. So we try and look for a lot of things in our musicians. Can they sing? Do they fit in personality-wise? Do they have the chops? Do they have the feel?
Yeah.
And then if they don't have the feel and they don't have the chops, can they learn them? You know, because some of them, for instance, our guitar player, Patrick, is more of a 90s guitar player. And here I am coming from the 70s and learning from different musicians that did not play digital. We all played analog, did not play with a click track, and we have a certain feel we play with. And you give it to a musician who grew up on click tracks and digital devices, you have a different animal. Yeah. And then you put those two animals together, and they have to gel.
And you create one hell of a beast with it.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. If it doesn't create one hell of a beast, then you got the wrong guy.
Yeah. And, you know, the band you've got at the moment, I was going to say, all these guys in their own right are fantastic.
They are.
You know, I can't wait to see tonight. And I have to admit, I love the red.
Thank you so much.
It was good. And now, I mean, when you were doing some of the signings earlier on, we did say as a joke, I don't know, and it was a question of that famous shot of you with BC Warlock, right? That guitar, that black and white photo of you straddling the chair. The question is, the question is how many walls do you think that's actually hung on worldwide?
Oh, God. You know, so many guys come up to me and say, you know, I lost my virginity to you. So I'll say, oh, you had my poster on your wall, right?
You know, but you got to admit, that was a brilliant marketing strategy. But but again, you know, it's about your playing technique. And that's a hard one because on one side you're very technical, but you've got a natural ability. And I know that you started playing when you were like 11 years old, when you started first learning. Who taught you?
Yeah, I taught myself. I taught myself to play. I picked up my favorite vinyl records, and I say vinyl now because, you know, it just doesn't exist anymore. Well, it does, but not as much as it used to. And I would push the needle back in the groove.
Wow. And
listen to the guitar solo over and over and over until I picked out every note in the solos of my favorite songs, say like a Jimi Hendrix or Jimmy Page, or I don't know, Richie Blackmore.
I was going to say Richie kind of creeps in there as well.
Oh,
doesn't he? Because I know you were a big fan of them.
Yes.
But you know, that's unbelievable that you know, it is self-taught. So again, that's another one of those things to, you know, everybody out there. If you have the tenacity and the perseverance, learn it yourself.
I used to ditch school. I wouldn't go to school, and this is not something that I want to encourage on kids that are learning guitar. But I would go to school and I would find my buddies who are all guys, none of the girls could play back then. So I would find my friends, and I would write myself a note and get it to the nurse's office and just make up some lies about why I can't attend school today. And I would find my friends, and we would find a place to jam, and we would just jam all day long, you know, and not go to school. So educationally, I didn't get the credits that I needed to graduate, but the teachers gave them to me anyway because they knew I was going to do something with my life. And I was in all the rock magazines before I left high school. I was already in the rock magazines. And then when graduation came around and I was supposed to pick up my graduation documents, I was on tour with the Ramones. So my father went and got it for me when I came back home from the tour. It was up on the wall.
Oh, you know, that is classic. But you know, the best advice that you would give to anybody coming into this business nowadays, what would it be?
Just follow your heart and don't let anybody discourage you from doing what you love. If it's drums, keys, vocals, doesn't matter. If it's anything, not even music, if it's anything, just don't let people discourage you. And lean on your friends, lean on the ones that do encourage you. If it's your mom, if it's your best friend, it doesn't matter. Just lean on your buddies, because they're the ones that are going to encourage you to rock.
And all I can say on that note is it's been an absolute pleasure. I cannot wait to see you on this stage again. Thank you for joining us. I'm still Gino D, and this is still the lovely Lita Ford.
Thank you so much. Rock and roll!
Peace.